Hey YouTube, it's the goddamn Pope here. I decided to make a video about why you should start on a 250. I've seen a lot of other videos on the same topic around YouTube. The only thing is, a lot of them are made by people who currently ride 250s, who are new to motorcycles, who may not have even been on a 600 before, or any other bike other than a 250. So they don't really have anything to compare it to. So, having just made the transition from 250 to 600 about a month ago, figured it was about time I make my own video on that topic. So chances are, if you're watching this, you've already done some research on the topic. You know, so you already know that, 250s have a very forgiving and controllable power, that they're nice and lightweight, that the insurance is cheap, all that good stuff. I just want to tell a quick story. When I was doing research on it, a lot of people said that you're fine if you start on a 600 as long as you will go easy on the throttle and you don't try to do anything stupid. And that's true to a degree, but there's so many mistakes that you can make as a new rider on a motorcycle that could potentially be deadly on a 600 but would be harmless on a 250. I'll give you a good example. When I was about 2 months in to riding, I was right around this area here actually. I'm on a college campus right now. And there was a lot of people around, so I thought it would be cool to rev my engine. What I forgot to do was pull in the clutch. So I looked like an idiot because my bike rocked forward. But other than that, I was okay. Had I done that on a 600 like this one, I would have gone flying off the bike. So that's a good example right there, I think, of a silly mistake that a new rider can make that isn't a big deal on a 250, but would be terrible on a 600. But I wanna go over what I think is the biggest reason why you should start on a 250, and that is the fact that they hold their value really well. So let me explain that a little bit. Another one of the big reasons that people say you shouldn't start on a 250, or people are afraid to start on a 250, is they say, well, you'll just get bored of it really quick, and then you'll have to sell it again and buy a new one, and it's just a big hassle. And again, that's true to some degree, but like I said, 250s hold their value really well. So let me tell you another story about me real quick. I bought my bike for $3,400. It was a 2008 Ninja 250 with about, I think it was 2,800 miles on it. So I rode that for about a year and sold it about a month ago to buy this. I was able to sell it for the same $3,400 that I paid for it in just 2 weeks of having it posted on Craigslist. So I basically rode that bike for an entire year for free, more or less. I mean, I paid for stuff to maintain it, like, oil change supplies and such, but more or less, I rode that bike for free for an entire year. Based on that, even if you get bored of your 250 after a month, or 3 months, or 6 months, or whatever it is, if you can sell it for the same price, or darn near the same price that you paid for it, you might as well go for it. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you think you're going to get bored of it really fast, if you can just sell it for the same price you paid for it, there's really no reason to not start on a 250. And that's why I say that's the biggest reason, because that's the excuse that I hear the most, is that I'll get bored of it really quick and then I'll have to sell it and I'll lose a bunch of money. And that's just not true. 250s hold their value really well because there's a huge market out there for them. More and more people want to get into motorcycles, and 250s, even more specifically Ninja 250s, are like the best starter bikes. Everybody knows that. So, you know, I'm not saying you can't start on a 600 or whatever other bikes you're looking at. Obviously you can start on whatever bike you want, but I just wanted to offer my opinion to everybody. And that opinion is there's no reason why you shouldn't start out in 250.